it's simple. And when you can keep it simple and you can show up every single day and you can do your best and you can build these consistent habits, that's really what's going to make the biggest difference in achieving your goals.
Yeah, guaranteed to get better.
What's up, guys? Welcome to our channel, or welcome back to our channel. My name is Taylor.
And my name is Jeff, and today we're gonna be talking about 4 simple tips that you can be doing that are gonna help you with losing body fat or building muscle. Before we dive into the actual 4 tips, guys, these are simple tips. I'm really excited to share them with you. We wanna share a little bit of our background. So Tay and I both have over a decade of experience with training, nutrition, fitness clients, as well as tons and tons of hours into research and education, and over a dozen different conferences that we've attended with some of the industry's top leaders in the education and fitness and nutrition. So these aren't things that we just pulled out of nowhere. We've used them in real life. We've helped people in real life with these, and we've, like I said, used them ourselves and gotten great results with these 4 things ourselves. So one last thing as well is, like, we're just real people. We're not scientists. We're not doctors. This is just stuff that we've used, and we've used over and over and over again, that has continued to get us results, and just part of our lifestyle now. So we thought, well, why not share these simple things that we incorporate into our week and our days to help us get the results that we've got over the years.
And the reason we wanted to keep it with 4 simple tasks is because, just like everyone, we tend to overcomplicate things. And when you overcomplicate things, you make it harder to adhere to the plan. You make it confusing, you make it overwhelming. And so we want to eliminate all of those feeling of being overwhelmed and just keep it simple. If we can keep it simple, then we can really stick to the plan, and consistency over everything is going to be what's important.
It's easy to see something on social media that's a easy, quick fix, okay? We want to keep it simple because simple means you can be consistent. Right? Easy doesn't give you the results that you're looking for long-term typically, all right? So the difference between simple and easy is that these things that we're asking you to do, or we're gonna recommend you do, are simple, but it does take effort. It does take discipline. You're gonna have to develop some discipline along the way, but that's why we keep it simple, so you can do simple things daily that build habits. And if you can build habits, you can change your entire lifestyle, and you don't have to continuously dip up and down through the different yo-yo diets that you've tried. We can help you with something that's actually gonna work long-term and consistently. Tip number 1 is calories. Okay, so what does that mean? When I'm talking about calories, what we're looking at for that is managing your calories, okay? So to manage something, you first have to be able to measure it. So one of our biggest tips, and this is something that, again, both of us were kind of resistant to in the beginning, but we've realized over years and years and years of doing this is the most effective way for both of us to get the results that we want, all right? So tip number 1 is start tracking your calories, all right? I know that can be complicated. I know it can be confusing, but that's why the app that we use to track our calories makes it extremely simple. The calories are set by dietitians, so you don't have to worry about whether the calories are correct or not. You don't have to do the math. You literally just log in, register, and then bam.
So I know this could be a little intimidating, but it is easier over time. And as you track your food, you're gonna start learning more about nutrition naturally. You're gonna start learning about the foods that you're eating, and it's a really great way to measure what you're doing.
Guys, one of the biggest reasons why we encourage you to actually track your calories is because calories are a unit of energy, and the way that we measure that unit of energy, look at it this way. If they're a unit of energy and we have a calorie surplus, so we're getting a lot of energy in, and we're not getting a lot of energy out, that extra energy can easily be stored as body fat.
For energy later.
Right, for energy later, right? Now, on the opposite, if we have less calories or less energy coming in, less calories coming in, and we're burning more calories, we're moving more throughout the day, then that creates a calorie deficit where now we're not storing as much energy. We're able to utilize some of that stored energy that we have for the energy that we need currently, right? So it's very simple. Managing your calories is one of the best ways to help you determine whether the scale goes up or goes down.
Now, what I will say is, it's not just about making sure you're eating in the right amount of calories. A lot of the time, when I've been this way, and a lot of the people that I've worked with, especially women, when they're trying to, lose fat, they tend to not even eat enough, which it's really important that we're eating enough for a number of different reasons. Absolutely. For your overall health, for your fitness levels, for how you feel, your energy, your hormones. There's so many reasons why it's important that we're eating enough too. And we really want to help you guys not just achieve this goal, but achieve this goal as a lifestyle.
Our tip number 2 is tracking protein intake, because one of the biggest problems that we see is that we'll go on a diet and we'll restrict our calories to an extremely low number, right? Because we know if we go on a diet, we eat less, we're gonna lose weight, right? But that's the thing. You guys aren't just wanting to lose weight. We weren't just trying to lose weight. We want to prioritize fat loss, not weight loss. Because if you can prioritize fat loss, you're gonna have a better physique, you're gonna look better, you're gonna have a little bit more of the lean tone look that you've been working towards.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep my butt, I'm trying to have definition,
And
you know?
I'm supporting that for sure.
I'm not just trying to just lose weight. I really want to prioritize losing fat and maintaining more lean muscle tissue, which why eating enough protein is so important, whether you're gaining muscle or losing fat, because whenever you can hold on to more muscle tissue, and this one is especially for the people that are trying to lose weight, muscle tissue is the most metabolically active tissue on our body, which simply just means that we're able to burn more calories even at rest, like burning more calories throughout the day, because it requires more energy to hold more muscle on your body. So not only does it help with your metabolism, but it helps you actually get the shape that you're looking for.
Right. And I know a big misconception for you guys out there that are hearing us say eat more protein, you think that if you eat more protein, you're gonna just naturally get bulky. I can promise you.
I thought that same thing.
I've been trying to get bulky for over a decade, okay? It just doesn't happen that easily. It takes a lot of work, a lot of consistency, a lot of effort, and a lot of dialed in effort to get there, right? So eating more protein is definitely gonna benefit you. The biggest thing I want you to remember from that is eating more protein is gonna help you maintain more lean muscle tissue. The more lean muscle tissue that you can maintain, the more calories you get to burn on a daily basis. And the more calories you can burn, the more we can lose body fat, because we're maintaining lean muscle tissue to hold that muscular structure so we have the look we're looking for. And then we're able to kind of just carve away the body fat as we go, because we're prioritizing protein and we're managing our calorie intake. So those are 2 tips so far that are really gonna help you with your goals.
A good way to look at it, just like Jeff said earlier, calories really determine if the scale goes up or down, but protein intake is really gonna determine how you look when you get to those weight goals.
Now, my guys and girls out there that are wanting to gain lean muscle, protein is extremely, extremely important for you gaining lean muscle tissue as well, okay? So is it managing your calories. So both of these tips, 1 and 2, both apply to fat loss and muscle gain.
If you are ready to start your fitness journey and you don't know how many calories you should be eating, how much protein you should be eating, what should you do?
Yeah, that's a great question. So that is a question that we get all the time. And here's the truth, guys. That depends. It depends on who you are, what you're doing, and what's going on, right? So what I highly recommend is the app that we use and we have used for years actually sets your protein and calories for you. A really cool benefit to that. One of the biggest things a lot of us struggle with in our fitness goals is that support and accountability. And inside of that app as well, you do get your own personal advisor that's gonna help you manage your protein intake, your calorie intake, and hold you accountable to those things and support you through the hard times. So there are some cool benefits to that app as well that we really love, which is why we stuck with it for so long. But if you need help setting those things up, guys, I can't sit here on this video and do that for everyone. I wish I could, but the easiest way to do that is gonna be to jump in, find someone who knows what they're doing, like the app that we recommend, and then use that.
Just because you want to look like someone or you're kind of similar to someone does not mean that you'll need the same calories and protein as that person. It's going to be different for everybody. This is the best way that we can help you guys, because we simply don't have the time to write everyone's macros and everything as much as we would love that. But this is just a simple way just to get started. Tip number 3.
Let's go.
Now this one seems so obvious, but people still struggle with it.
This is probably, oh man, this is one that is extremely, extremely, extremely underutilized. Drinking enough water. If you can aim to reach around a gallon of water a day, if you're smaller, 100 ounces is okay. If you're a little bit larger than a gallon and a half, things like that, that's completely okay based off of your size and needs. But 100 to 120 ounces is a safe relative number that we can give you to say, hey, if you can aim to hit 100 to 120 ounces of water a day, that is going to be adequate water intake for the majority of people.
This is so important for a number of different things. It's important to make sure that you're hydrated, making sure that you feel good, your natural energy levels will be better.
Water plays a role in a lot of things, right? Our body needs water on a daily basis. I know we're always consuming the coffee, the energy drinks, the sodas, the things like that, right? But guys, if you can, one of the best tips I recommend for helping you get your water in early is, number 1, start your day with a glass of water. All right, because that's the start of the day. If you can start with a glass of water, you're gonna knock out a big chunk of the water right there. And that's gonna put you in some momentum to carry on throughout the day. Because we need to be getting enough water in, because water actually helps with a lot of things. Like it does help with, strengthening the immune system, keeping our immune system strong, helps with overall hydration, like Tay was saying. It helps with so many things that are gonna help you feel better throughout the day. And the biggest reason why I really, really, really hype up water is because if you feel better and you're staying hydrated, guess what? You're gonna be a lot more likely to stick to your plan that you have, okay? So there are a lot of benefits to water. Just make sure you're getting 100 to 120 ounces of water in a day. And that's something we've been told since we were old enough to listen.
I mean, watch any video on creating better habits. Everyone says how much better they feel, their skin clears up, that everything goes in the right direction when they start drinking more water. And it's so true, because water is so crucial for so many functions of the body. whether you're trying to lose fat, gain muscle, live a healthier life, achieve, just feeling better, like water is going to be so freaking important. And I know that we all struggle with this, but
the thing is, you need water. Yeah. We all know we should be drinking enough water, but we don't, right? So this isn't something that's new to us. It's just something that you need someone to help hold you accountable to, or you need to hold yourself accountable to and prioritize, because it really, really will help with your fat loss goals or even your muscle gain goals.
Something that I do for motivation of drinking water is if I have like a coffee in the morning and then I want like a pop or like an energy drink in the afternoon, I as long as I drink a water in between, that's my motivation that I can have the next little fun
drink. An even
better
goal would be 2 waters to 1 coffee. If you could do that, you'll have no problem getting your water intake in. Guess what? You're going to get a lot of steps in too, because you're going to be going to the bathroom on repeat, like every 30 minutes. So
that's definitely the downside of drinking.
No, that's water. A plus, man. You get more movement in, which is
I have to pee all the time. Yeah. Oh yeah, tip number 4.
Yeah, tip number 4 is movement, which means guys, this is intentional movement. All right. So one of the biggest, I would say, questions that we get around movement is, hey, I have a very active lifestyle. Maybe you're a nurse in the ER and you're, running around the hospital all day, every day. You're getting 10, 15,000 steps in. All right. That's great. That is a lot of movement, but it's not intentional movement. And if you're doing that consistently, your body can adapt to that style of movement and it becomes natural. It becomes normal, right? Mm-hmm. So what we're speaking of when we're talking about movement is intentional movement. So giving yourself, maybe if you're getting 15,000 steps a day, okay, set a goal to get a 30-minute walk in on top of that, right? An intentional 30-minute exercise. All right. Now, resistance training is a great form of movement, especially for someone who's wanting to lose body fat and someone who's wanting to gain muscle, because resistance training does help with creating a higher response of muscle tissue, right? So the more muscle tissue that we have and maintain, the more calories we can burn, and resistance training is clinically proven, studied repetitively to help with overall calorie burn and calorie expenditure. Resistance training helps with the maintenance of lean muscle tissue as well, and the building of new lean muscle tissue. And longevity is one of the key things that all of us really should be searching for. We want to live as long as possible to see our families and continue to live life. Muscle tissue, again, is proven to increase longevity. Intentional movement, even if it's just a 30-minute walk, a 45-minute walk, 3, 4, 5 times a week, that is going to be very, very beneficial, because it's allowing us to burn more calories daily than what we were previously, which helps us go into a calorie deficit, which we talked about in tip number 1. Is going to help us control our weight loss. And if we're hitting our protein goal, then that's going to help us prioritize fat loss with that weight.
Even if you are working out every single day, I thought this way too, is like, okay, I'm working out every single day, I am super active. But if you look at your day as a whole, when I think of my entire day, when I was just solely focusing on getting, one resistance train workout in, what my day looked like is I would get up, I would get ready, sit in my car, drive to work, sit down all day at my job. Then I would go work out for, 30 minutes to an hour. Then I would sit in my car, come home and sit on the couch. Yep. And then I realized when I looked at my day as a whole that I spent most of the day sedentary and not active. Although I'm like, I work out every day, I'm active. One of the biggest and most underutilized tools that you can do is just go on a walk every single day. It's so powerful, and just add it to your workout. And what's cool about this is you can make it part of like your daily routine with your family. This is one of our favorite family activities, where we, the dogs get so excited. I actually need to be really careful throwing this word around. But
Chaos is looking at us right now. Like, what did you say?
Chaos is looking over like, what are we doing? But we do this every single day, whether it just be, some days we only have 20 minutes, some days we go up to 45 minutes and do a couple of miles. But it's just getting that movement in every single day will not only be beneficial towards your goals, but it will also be beneficial towards your mental health. Mental health. Getting outside, going on. I have to like whisper because my dog's getting some fresh air, sunlight, movement. Is so good for your mentality as well. And that's the cool part about everything that we talked about, is as you start building these habits, as you start moving more, drinking more water, making sure you're eating enough food, eating enough nutrients, nutrients, enough protein. You're staying in that range where you're not overindulging either. You're going to feel better. You're going to feel more confident. You're going to start building momentum in the right direction. And every day might not be perfect, but it always comes back to consistent habits over time. So if you don't have a perfect day, that's okay. That's normal. Just jump back to it the next day and really just focus on these 4 simple tasks that will help move you forward, and then make adjustments as you go. That's one of the biggest things that I see people holding them back. Again, is they overcomplicate it. They do these extremes. And really what it comes down to, just like Jeff said, it might not be easy, but it's simple. And when you can keep it simple and you can show up every single day and you can do your best and you can build these consistent habits, that's really what's going to make the biggest difference in achieving your goals.
Yeah, guaranteed to get better. And I think one of the rules that we try to live by, we learned this from James Clear in Atomic Habits, is never miss twice, right? So what Taylor was saying is, these 4 things, there are going to be days that you get 3 out of 4 and you crush it, right? Okay, well, that's all right. Maybe you feel like, oh man, I didn't get all 4, so I didn't get better today. Yeah, you still did. But try to hit all 4 as consistently as possible. And what I was saying is like the never miss twice rule. Let's say that you have a day where you don't hit any of these. Okay, well, make sure that tomorrow you hit as many as you can. You prioritize the 2 that you know you can get done, and then the other 2, you do your best to complete as well. This is about progress, not being perfect. All right, if you spend too much time trying to be perfect on these things, especially as you're learning in your beginning, like Tay said, that's where a lot of us struggled in the beginning of our own careers and our own journeys, was that we try to be perfect, and if we miss something, we feel like we completely failed. And that's just not it. Progress over perfection. If you get 2 out of 4, okay, you're doing better than you were when you're getting 0 out of 4, and that is progress, right? Aim to get to a point where you can consistently hit 4 out of 4, and you're going to see results. But again, this isn't something that's going to happen for you in a week or 30 days. Like, you're going to need to be consistent with these 4 things for, 6, 8, 10, 12 weeks. And like around 6 weeks in, you'll start getting some momentum. You'll start seeing some results, start feeling better. You'll start noticing that this is actually working. Now, you're going to notice some of these small differences in a couple weeks in, 3 weeks in, 4 weeks in. But by 6 weeks in, if you're following the plan, you're really going to start seeing some change on the scale. You're going to start seeing some change in your body. You're going to start feeling some changes. And then that should give you some of that motivation, excitement to continue pushing harder and continuing to be as consistent as you can. So by the time you're 8 weeks, 10 weeks, 12 weeks in, you have so much momentum, your results are going to start to come a little bit faster, a little bit faster, a little bit faster. So guys, the last thing we're going to add to this is a special tip number 5 is be consistent. Do your best, focus on progress over perfection, and do your best to be as consistent as possible, and give this time. Be patient. Give yourself at least 12 weeks, 14 weeks of doing something like this consistently. And if you can do that, I feel very, very confident that you're going to get some results, you're going to see some momentum, and you're going to be able to start changing your lifestyle.
I love that. I've been this way too. Don't just do this for, Monday through Friday and then completely fall off, Saturday and Sunday. These are things that we want you to focus on every single day for, like Jeff said, 6 weeks. And again, it's not going to be perfect, and that's okay, but you're going to get a little bit better every time. I used to think, okay, I'm just going to do as much as I can Monday through Friday, and then I'm going to completely fall off Saturday and Sunday, and then I'll just get back to it, which is better than nothing, absolutely. However, if you really want to achieve these things, try to stay as consistent as you can every single day and give it time. Don't just give up after a week or after 2 weeks or after 30 days. Give it 6 weeks and then see if you truly stay consistent, or as consistent as you can be for 6 weeks straight, you will be moving in the right direction.
If you are someone who struggles with accountability, holding yourself accountable, or consistency yourself, there's a lot of resources out there that can help you with that. Like specifically Instagram, both of us are trying our best to show up daily on Instagram, keep ourselves motivated, keep you guys motivated that are leaning on us to help hold you accountable as well. So if you need some support, follow us on Instagram as well. Stay up with us there. Our stories, we try to stay as active as possible to share the days that we don't feel like doing it either.
Yeah, the good, the bad, everything.
So don't feel like you're alone there. We also struggle with that. So if you need help with that, then we're absolutely here to help, and always answer any questions that you have.
We hope this was helpful, and if you guys have any questions below, feel free to put them in the comments. We'll continue to help. We wanted to try to keep this as simple as possible and not try to dive too much into like the sciencey stuff. Again, we're just normal people. We're regular people. We just try to live this as a lifestyle, and we are just trying to share the things that have helped us through our experience and knowledge. And it's going to be really cool to hopefully see you guys take action on this. We're happy to help with anything that we can.
Absolutely.
So we hope you like this, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Nailed it.